Two UA students, one from Black Excellence Commission, Angel Poole, and the other from Student African American Brotherhood, Eli Jordan, explained why they participated in the protest of kneeling during the National Anthem at the University of Akron's homecoming game.
It was originally just supposed to be, just to help promote the issue with police brutality.
Okay.
So while this is a rising issue, it's something that's always been around, but to shine more light on why this is something that affects us as a whole, whether you're walking down the street in an inner city neighborhood, whether you're walking down the street in a suburban neighborhood, or walking on your campus. So
right.
I think that it's important that, we as Black students, as students of color, understand that this is something that we need to educate ourselves more on so that we can make a difference, because education is a must on whatever topic that you're focusing on. So it was just our stand in promoting this is an issue.
So it was very important. So why now? Why at that game?
So pretty much we came to the idea that a lot of people would be at that game, like a lot of higher ups, the provost would be there and so forth. And we wanted them to see that we can unite as one. We can come together for a cause. Mm-hmm. And that's why we chose that time, that event. And it was a good time because we had people from chanting behind us saying USA, they're forcing us to say, stand up. They were just yelling at us.
I was about to say, who really kind of opposed this whole thing? Were there people who, really were against it?
Yeah, people were against us.
The university itself, though, wasn't. So
okay.
The higher-ups, the administrators, the president, no one ever really made it out to be a problem, because at the end of the day, this is our freedom of speech to make
right.
whatever decision that we're making as students. But there were members, there were people in the crowd that, said their spiel on things. But at the end of the day, I think that we chose that game because it was the homecoming game.
Right.
It was also right before our homecoming, our Black homecoming that we started last year. And it was just it was the right time to stand in solidarity.
Hannah Adams, a student at the University of Akron, explains her views on this controversial topic.
So I saw that Colin Kaepernick was protesting the national anthem in the name of oppression in America, and I said, this man is singing my song. I absolutely 100% agree with what it is that he's doing. He has a right to be doing this, a right to make this stance, which is great because he's on a national stage and people are noticing and people are talking about it. And he was on the cover of Time magazine, as a second string quarterback. I really commend him for putting his neck out there and starting a conversation and continuing to facilitate a conversation that absolutely needs to take place. I wish I had known that our students this past weekend at homecoming were going to sit for the national anthem, because I wish I had been there to participate myself. This movement has spread across the country to other NFL teams, to college teams, to high school teams, not to pit people against each other, but to try to bring everyone together. So I think everybody needs to start saying Black Lives Matter and Hispanic Lives Matter and Asian Lives Matter, because at some point, we're not gonna have to say them anymore. And at some point, we will be able to say all lives matter, because we'll actually act like all lives matter.
With all the social activism happening around the country, these students stood together in solidarity, practicing their First Amendment rights. This has been Jade Marshall from Lights, Camera, Akron.